If I say, gullwing doors, what do you think of? If it's a DeLorean piloted by Marty McFly, that's understandable, but ask any true automotive connoisseur and the image is almost certainly of a mid-50s Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, the original gullwing sports car. Jump forward half a century, and we have this, the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG, built as a 300 SL's spiritual successor. The SLS AMG bears a striking resemblance to the 300 SL, with its incredibly long hood, low greenhouse, short rear deck lid, and of course,
the most striking feature on the SLS AMG are these gullwing doors. As you can see, they open pretty easily, they don't take too much effort, and when they open, they're high enough so that you don't have any issues getting in and out of the car. Now, the real test with these doors and with how low the car is to the ground is whether or not it can pass the skirt and heel test. I will show you how to do this so that you don't end up looking like a certain pop star when you get in and out of a vehicle. Watch. Slide in, bring in the legs, bring down the door.
in essence, the SLS AMG is the ultimate Mercedes-Benz. It's the brand's answer to cars like the Audi R8 and the Lexus LFA. With wing-like doors as the inspiration, it only makes sense the SLS feature an airplane-worthy cockpit. It's a car made to fly, metaphorically. But think Gulfstream instead of Airbus.
Inside the SLS AMG, you'll find a number of unique features. For one, this jet thruster-like gear selector, these jet engine-like air vents, and an abundance of aluminum. Notice the jet theme going on?
You'll still find Mercedes-Benz luxury touches like designer leather seating, soft Alcantara-clad surfaces, and contrast stitching.
The SLS AMG is a supercar, but it's actually more of a GT or Grand Touring car, because as you can see, there's actually room in the cargo area for a considerable amount of luggage.
But intriguing design, while an important part of the equation, isn't what makes a supercar. There's got to be something special moving those eye-catching wheels.
Under this nearly 6-foot-long hood sits a 6.3-liter naturally aspirated V8 that produces 563 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. This engine falls under AMG's one-man, one-engine policy, which means that from start to finish, one man does the entire job.
See? Robert Filer built the engine powering our test car. The 6.3-liter engine itself is exclusive to the SLS and is matched to a new AMG rear-mounted 7-speed dual-clutch transmission.
The SLS AMG is by no means a slow car. However, for being a supercar and having a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, it seems to shift a little slower than you would have thought.
You'll get the most out of this car by putting the transmission into manual mode, keeping the RPMs around 5,000, and anticipating your next gear. That corner ahead, the one you'd like to be sure you're in second gear for? Yeah, you'll have to plan for it. Jab the throttle from a stop, and the car hesitates, then lurches forward. Not so attractive in a car this noticeable, and not so great in a car that Mercedes-Benz says can be your daily driver. You really have to feather the throttle to take off gracefully. Quibbles about shift quality aside, I'm completely enamored with the supercar sounds that emanate from the SLS.
It's rather refined, which is what you'd expect from a Mercedes, really. It's kind of like a show tiger that lives out its days in Vegas, instead of living out in the open, where it has to actually hunt for its own food.
With its front mid-engine and rear-mounted transmission, it has a 47/53 front-rear weight distribution. Couple this with a double wishbone sport suspension, low center of gravity, responsive steering, and extensive use of lightweight aluminum.
It's a Mercedes-Benz supercar, so what would you expect? It's approachable for the common driver who can afford it.
For those interested in approaching or exceeding the SLS's limits, stability control can be partially defeated, but not turned off completely. But considering how tempting it is to drive this car fast, that might be a good thing. Power is put to pavement via lightweight 19-inch wheels in the front and 20-inch wheels in the back. And, to ensure optimum grip, the SLS's Continental tires were designed exclusively for AMG. When it's time to stop, 2-piece grooved and vented disc brakes with 6-piston calipers in the front and 4-piston calipers in the rear.
And yes, it stops fast. Faster than it will take someone to comment on this video. If you need to stop any faster, you can opt for the ceramic brake package.
How much will this Luxo supercar set you back? A cool $183,000 to start. That's certainly more than the Audi R8, but substantially less than the Lexus LFA or any of the offerings from Ferrari or Lamborghini. So what does that kind of cash buy you? Perfection? No. Then again, good luck finding a supermodel without some quirks. What 183 large buys you is a taste of Mercedes-Benz's heritage and a glimpse of its future, packaged in an automobile that delivers exceptional performance, a soul-stirring exhaust note, a gorgeous interior, and stunning looks. You know, all the things you want from a supercar. Plus, there are few better ways to make an entrance than rolling up in an SLS AMG.